Live from Sanibel Island, rescue efforts underway as Eagle 8 HD arrives over the area decimated by Hurricane Ian during Wednesday's landfall. Hello there to you folks. JB here with you live in the WFLA Now Stream Center alongside, actually Jeff is going to be joining us, but meteorologist Rebecca Barry. We will get that information updated on your screen. This is live right now from Sanibel Island, and rescue efforts, Rebecca, are underway. This is one of the areas hardest hit by Hurricane Ian.
Incredible footage there. Wow. And that looks like a rescue in progress.
We'll just kind of follow this, folks, and see exactly what happens. This appears to be U.S. Coast Guard.
It looks like from the damage around the area that they certainly had some serious surge here.
And it looks like they might be attempting to land on a volleyball court.
They're certainly hovering. I don't know if they'll be able to land or not. You can see the roof damage on the left part there, but the tin roof appears to be intact. The shingled roof is damaged. Looks like the roads are going to be impassable there for a long time. Look at all the damage.
Let's reintroduce ourselves. JB and Rebecca here with you live, folks, on Tracking the Tropics on WFLA Now, and we are monitoring this feed live, and we are listening in our ear as well to radio traffic as our photojournalist Jim Hockett is talking to us here from Eagle 8 HD, and we now see that somebody has exited that U.S. Coast Guard helicopter. Let's put this away and kind of watch exactly what's going to be happening here. Eagle 8 HD, as we understand it, one of the few choppers right now that is over the disaster area. This is again live from Sanibel Island, one of the areas devastated by Hurricane Ian. And also, too, as we look here at a map, Rebecca, this is a island that has been completely separated from mainland Florida, from up towards Cape Coral, because of the Causeway getting thoroughly destroyed, as we have a U.S. Coast Guard member who is being lowered down onto Sanibel Island. Again, this is live from Eagle 8 HD.
It looks like he's getting lowered onto a tennis court. We saw that there were several homes surrounding this tennis court, and so we have to think that they are going to enter those homes and look for people.
And so we will stay with you live here from Sanibel and see if we can monitor these rescue efforts that are currently underway. And what we will do as well, we'll keep an eye on the Facebook Live, YouTube Live, comment sections, saying hello to our TikTok audience as well, so that we can answer your questions live with hashtag KJB, hashtag Hey Rebecca, as now that member of the U.S. Coast Guard on the ground and leaving this tennis court. And like you said, Rebecca, likely going to start looking for anybody that needs rescuing, looking for folks who are stranded. And I would imagine if you are stranded in one of these homes, what you're doing right now is you're probably seeing the helicopter flying overhead, and maybe you're trying to alert U.S. Coast Guard to your presence and trying to get the help that you need. But look, there's also the potential in these homes that if anybody was injured as a result, or anybody who is handicapped and is unable to get out of their homes on foot and are in desperate need of rescuing via entering one of these homes, look, that is also a situation that I'm sure the U.S. Coast Guard is clearly cognizant of.
Oh, my goodness. Look at that home.
Yeah, let's go again full screen so that you guys can see exactly what we're seeing from Eagle 8 HD.
And so I'm really worried about the one-story homes, because as the surge came through, if anyone were in those, there would be no place for them to go. There do seem to be quite a few two-story or even three-story homes here, so the people could possibly have gone up to higher stories. But there are a few one-story homes that we've seen. Particularly, I believe that one with the pool. And the man that exited the Coast Guard helicopter walked down that road, and so I can't tell which home he went into. Oh, he's on the left there. walking more towards the left. He seems to be looking for a specific site. He hasn't been going in every home he's walked by.
And as some of our commenters discussed, sorry, folks, excuse us. We're listening to some eagle traffic. And in fact, I'm going to radio in to photojournalist Jim Hockett to see if he can hear us. Jim, this is JB. Do you copy? We have had some signal interruptions over the radio, and as we understand it, they are storm related. So we'll try this again. Jim, it's JB. Do you copy? We're going to bring up your audio, if that's okay, and just kind of listen in as you take us through what you're seeing from Eagle.
Trapped in a house, so they're going to go check it out. We're going to stay with them and see what happens.
Please, to our audience here on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, if you can let us know, you should now be able to hear Jim Hockett, photojournalist in Eagle 8 HD, providing us with some terrific work so far as being able to multitask from the air and show us exactly what is happening. So if you can, please give us the thumbs up. Let us know you can hear Jim in Eagle 8 HD, and you should hear that that radio sound as well underneath our voices too. So, Rebecca, we'll listen in for Jim's traffic. It's going to be difficult for him to be able to hear us. As we understand it, radio traffic is very intermittent. But wow, now we can really hear him. The traffic, radio traffic from Eagle to us is working fine. It's just that Jim can't hear us very well. So we will try to bring our voices down when Jim is talking. But we're looking at an area that is normally paradise.
Yes.
I mean, this is an area of Southwest Florida that is known for its absolutely stunning landscape. I mean, it's beautiful beach homes, palm trees everywhere, beautiful roads that take you north and south from, of course, Sanibel Island down to the Causeway, and then back towards going across the Causeway to Cape Coral. A beautiful area that looks like a bomb hit it. I mean, that's
it's
what it looks like.
unrecognizable. It's going to take years to rebuild this. I don't even know how he can figure out which house he's supposed to go into to look for people.
And so we're monitoring rescue efforts in progress. U.S. Coast Guard here, folks. We just saw, if you're just joining us moments ago, the chopper lowering that member of the U.S. Coast Guard down onto the ground of Sanibel Island. And now it looks like they are searching a couple of different homes here and looking for anyone stranded in the wreckage of Hurricane Ian.
It's odd what still stays intact. Like that pool cage looks fine, whereas the roof is gone from the house beside it.
And is there any chance that well, look, structural integrity is a big deal of course, how some structures are going to be graded for, certain levels of hurricane. Like you'll hear a particular structure is graded for Cat 3 winds or Cat 1 winds. But additionally, too, some things might have been blocked as far as some of that wind, right? But we're also talking about a category.
Yeah, I'm starting to see some more damage along the beach here.
I don't know how much blockage can, save certain structures like a shed or,
It can help, but I'm afraid what we're looking at here is the surge damage that just picked up that shed and turned it over. And the surge goes everywhere. You could be blocked from that initial push, but it would eventually make its way around whatever was blocking you and then make its way towards you.
Michelle Callahan in our comment section, hashtag HeyJB. What I am not seeing.
Yeah, I saw that.
Is any
there
people.
He is.
Yeah.
I'll be paying close attention to the Facebook Live, YouTube Live comment sections. Here we have a U.S. Coast Guard helicopter that is now landed on the beach itself. We will be answering your questions live coming up here for the time being. We just want to stay with Eagle and show you these heartbreaking images, and we will provide some context for you. And I will address some of those hashtag comments in our comment section, but we'll begin more the focused Q&A portion of the program in a little bit as we look here at what appears to be.
I believe those are civilians with one of the Coast Guard operators.
That's what it looks like to me as well. And a dog, too.
All right, we're going to head to the Causeway now.
All right, so Jim Hockett zooming out now, and they are going to head to the one way, Rebecca, the only way to get to Sanibel Island is over that causeway, meaning that the entire community here, they are cut off from the mainland. I mean, they are. So that, of course, is particularly devastating, and it's also going to be a top priority, I would imagine, to get that roadway back up, or at least something up and running, so that people can, cross over to Sanibel Island to the mainland as well.
I would hope they would be able to get ferry service within a month or so. There are a lot of seasonal ferries up in New England, and when the temperatures turn too cold, those ferries are not in use. They're more of a tourism ferry, and hopefully we could lease out one of those.
My goodness, look at this. Shredded.
Those are teardowns, unfortunately. There's nothing you can do with that.
And just think about how long, before you can even rebuild, you have to clean up. We are talking about a monumental, colossal amount of debris that is going to have to get taken off of the island.
With no access to the island right now. You can't
That's
start
right.
moving that off. Look along the beaches where the surge went out and those giant washouts. Those are all along the coast now. So that completely changed the landscape of the beach.
Wow.
People trying to leave the island.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like that's the only way anybody can get on or off the island right now is either by helicopter or by boat. And these...
Janet in our YouTube live comment section, #HeyJB. I was watching some rescues earlier with the Coast Guard and in a recorded video. Janet says, they are awesome. God bless all of these responders.
That looks like a private boat.
It is. Appears to be a private boat. And it looks hopefully large enough to carry at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people walking towards that boat.
Boating right now would be very dangerous, so those people are being extremely generous with their private boat because there's going to be a ton of debris in the water. The shoals will have changed, the sandbars will
All right,
have
I'll
changed.
keep an eye out for those.
And so they're going to have to take it really slowly.
All right, so this is the northern, this is the southern end of Captiva Island, and you can see there's the causeway, the one way on and off this island.
This wide shot just reminds us of how beautiful of an area that this is. A beautiful area that has been completely
Oh, I got one, yeah. Right at your 11 o'clock. Oh, there's one other one below us. The Coast Guard's coming up on us. There's one behind him.
Let's remind our audience that there is a temporary flight restriction that has been issued. Of course, Eagle 8 HD wouldn't be flying if they were not cooperating fully with the TFR. The TFR mostly applying to drones and other aircraft within a certain, of course, criteria. Eagle 8 HD always maintaining and following guidances and standards set by the FAA as we watch the U.S. Coast Guard and the tireless workers that we have with the U.S. Coast Guard doing everything they can to save as many lives as possible and get people off of Sanibel Island.
Yeah, even from this distance, you can see the breach in the causeway.
Look at that. Jim is right. See the separation?
Mm.
Yeah, he's zooming in on it now. This is why the island is inaccessible. Can't get on, can't get off.
And that's the power of storm surge. We talked about when Hurricane Charlie was approaching, the potential for the bridges across the Tampa Bay area to be washed away. And surge can do that, unfortunately.
I'm also curious as to how power gets to this island. And look,
you can see where the roadway just completely buckled.
Again, Jim can't
And then if
hear
you come
us,
along the causeway this way,
but we can hear him. All of us can. And
it's just completely washed out. It's just gone.
wow.
The bridge is completely gone here. The pilings are gone. The deck is gone. There's no road at all.
Rebecca, you ever been down this way?
I have been down there once. It was about 9 years ago. We went down fishing there. It was beautiful.
I've never been to Sanibel. I've only heard great things from my family who have been there, family members of mine, and just heartbroken. And we have been hearing some of the very emotional accounts of what's been going on down there by people who say that they grew up here. We had a woman that was speaking on News Channel 8 this morning saying...
Eagle to base, if you guys still have a strong signal from us, text me and let me know, because I'm not getting you out on the radio anymore.
Let me text Jim.
And so I do have a close friend who spends 2 weeks
Yeah,
here
we'll circle this. We'll circle this for a minute.
every year. And even people that don't actually have physical ties to the island are heartbroken because it's a part of their life and their family and their traditions and good times. And to see it like this is so heartbreaking.
As I was just about to note, like there was a woman who said that the two homes that she grew up in, her mom's house and her grandma's house, gone.
I think our signal just froze too.
And it did. And as I was, audio's back, and that might have been just a recalibration of the signal.
Eagle to base, do you guys still have a strong video signal?
Let me see if I can radio Jim. Let me see if I can radio Jim. Jim.
Yes, we are going live with JB right now. But just continue recording on us.
Jim, if you have us,
all right, yeah,
crystal clear.
Yeah, the two-way signal is in and out, but we got you.
Communication, certainly a challenge with this particular flight.
So the sand underneath the bridge is also gone. There's a channel there now that was not there before. This will be a feat of engineering to get this back together.
Look at
all right.
How it's
but they're below us, right?
Pieces. It was just doesn't look real to me. You know?
It looks like a movie set or a movie.
It does.
Scene. It's
It
the
looks
type of devastation you would see in some dramatic
movie,
Hollywood
like disaster flick. It does. Like here again,
yeah,
it looks like something.
Causeway's gone here too.
So multiple sections of the causeway.
Yeah, it's washed away in several locations.
Yep.
I wonder if they will change their approach when they rebuild this and do it all as a bridge instead of a causeway on the sand, because that seems to be the main failures, is where the sand washed out from underneath the causeway.
You can barely make out the road deck underneath all of that sand under the water.
So a bridge will have more structural integrity to be able to handle.
Well, if you see, like when we just scrolled past all of that, there's a bridge section of it, and it seems to be fairly intact.
So again, let's remind our audience what caused this devastation.
Okay, Roy, we're going to head out past the causeway and then over to your 1 o'clock toward Fort Myers Beach.
As Jim is giving us a idea of where he's heading next.
Yep.
So you can see the bridge part right there.
Yep. So the bridge.
So Eagle to base, we're transitioning over to Fort Myers Beach now.
And there is Fort Myers Beach.
And we've seen a lot of video come in from this area when the surge was pushing in, and a lot of before and afters. The pier's gone. We're looking at the pier right now, and it's just gone.
And as I was just noting, it was storm surge.
This is what's left of the pier on Fort Myers Beach. It's completely gone. All that's left are the pilings.
Chrissy wants to know, hashtag AJB, how long does it take to rebuild that bridge? I think it's going to come down to funding, whether or not it's, how much state funding comes in, federal funding comes in. And I would imagine that it is going to be a high priority, but you mentioned too that getting something in the short term, a bridge will take a long time to build.
Years.
So getting a ferry service in place in the meantime is going to be crucial. And probably it's inevitable before they'll have to set something up.
I would be interested to see if they are going to employ some sort of federal assistance, whether it be the National Guard or something like that, to get all of this repaired, because you could barge some of that damaged debris off, but it all comes down to who's going to pay for it and how's it going to happen.
You can see this where this home took a heavy hit. While right next to it is a home that seems to be pretty good shape right now.
This is a great example of the new construction code. See the house that looks almost untouched and unscathed? That's new hurricane code construction. And the older home beside it that wasn't held to that same code when it was built is almost completely gone. We saw it a lot with Hurricane Michael.
Here's a very good area, made a lot of devastation here.
My goodness.
Yeah, I got you.
This is now our team community. We were just told that our
team
is going to be communicating with Jen over the radio.
I got you. Go ahead. All right, so we're along Fort Myers Beach now. This is Fort Myers Beach. And this is like what should be the downtown area of Fort Myers Beach. Should be restaurants, little shops, but it's all gone now. Go ahead and circle back, Roy. Oh, you got him? Not yet. I'm looking for him. Sorry about that. We're looking for other aircraft. I can barely hear you guys. Text me. So right now we're flying over Fort Myers Beach. This is the downtown area of Fort Myers Beach where there should be a lot of shops, restaurants, people having fun, enjoying their vacations. And right now it's just gone. It's just been wiped out. You can see the pilings from what's left of the buildings. All that's left out here right now is complete destruction. And there's a lot of cleanup going on. Bulldozers out here trying to move sand off the road so that other equipment can get through. There are a lot of homes out here as well. I used to live down here. I worked down here in Fort Myers for 4 years and spent a lot of time out here. And I can remember there's a lot of homes out here. This is here you can see the difference between maybe some new homes with newer building codes, while right next to them, all of these homes are gone. This could also be a lot of what's left of the downtown area got washed in. When the storm surge hit, it washed all that debris out here. I mean, here you can see the roof of something. Don't know what. There's a building that just crumbled. And I'll show you that this is not right on the beach. This is...
Come back in a second, folks.
This is a couple blocks in off the beach. So this isn't just homes on the beach being destroyed, but a few blocks in. Here you can see there should be homes here, buildings here, but there's nothing left but the pilings. The storm surge just came in with the heavy winds and just wiped everything right off its foundation. Where? Oh yeah, we're gonna go across here to the Marina here. Look at the size of this boat that just got washed up, tossed up into the marina. Look at this, there's a huge shrimping boat, fishing boat. There's several of them. They're just piled up here.
We're joined now by Chief Meteorologist Jeff Baradelli as we listen to photojournalist Jim Hockett, an area that Jim is one of my dearest friends at the station.
So this is on the approach to Fort Myers Beach. This is over the mainland side. I'll show you here. There's the bridge to Fort Myers Beach, and there's a large marina right down here. And you can see what that storm surge did.
Wow.
These are huge boats, fishing boats, shrimp boats. They're tossed one on top of each other.
People's livelihoods destroyed.
This gives you an idea of how strong that storm surge, how high that storm surge was, and how strong those winds were, because that lifted all of these boats up and just dumped them right here.
You know, when I look at this, and if you look at a map of this area, Fort Myers Beach is in a cove. You know, the Sanibel Island sticks
Yep.
out, and it comes to
Here,
a
I'll show
right
you
angle.
another marina.
That's why this water was
Right up the
funneled
way
in
here.
And the surge was worse to the
Same
south
thing.
of Sanibel and Fort Myers Beach. You could
Look at
show-
the
I don't know
size
if
of
you
this
could show
yacht.
a Google map of this, but it would help
Wow.
people to understand why it was so bad here specifically.
I can show your weather graphics if we.
I can come up with I can come up with a graphic.
There's a boat upside down. Another one. I will show you some of the other damage. Here's a, looks like a mobile home park right near the water. And they've got boats inside of their homes. We're right on top of it, Roy. These boats are now inside this mobile home park.
For our audience watching right now, this is Eagle 8 HD over Fort Myers Beach. We did just get back. Eagle 8 HD was over Captiva and was over Sanibel. But this is by far
it's come
the
back
worst
around, Roy.
destruction that we have seen.
It's at our 8
By
o'clock.
far.
Coming back around. Oh. Yeah, here you can get a good shot of these boats. They're on the street side. They're not. One, two, three. Three boats right here. At least. There may be more inside those homes I can't even see. I'm sure that's not something people that manufacture homes thought they'd have to worry about, is flying boats.
As I
But
was
there
just
you go.
commenting here, folks. This is
Oh, and then right next to it, here we go. Wait a minute.
the
If we
voice
come
of
around
Jim
here.
Hockett, who used to be a photojournalist for a long time, many, many years.
This
down
park
in
here.
area.
It's just been swept away.
And I know Jim.
I don't
well
think
enough-
anything's actually sitting on the foundation that it was meant to be on.
I know Jim well enough to know that this is
Anything that
this is
is
difficult
left
for him.
is just
He's a
moved.
veteran.
He's a veteran.
He's been in this business for a long time. He's seen a lot of things. And you can hear in his voice that this is something he's never seen.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, of all the photojournalists that could have been sent, I mean, we have more than a dozen photojournalists at WFLA who can be in Eagle 8 HD for us at the drop of a hat. He's the one who knows this area the best. Used to work in this area, used to work on these streets, so it's just
And he is also the photojournalist.
As
that works on
we
the
come
hurricane
back around
special.
here, you'll see that marina that we showed you earlier. Look at the boats in this marina. These are fishing boats. These are shrimp boats. And they're just stacked on top of each other. This boat right here is right inside the building. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's too many to count. You can't count all the boats that are here.
We look
Oops.
at this,
Let me get this set.
and you know, it's sad to see the destruction to people's homes. But then on top of that, for these people, it's destruction of their livelihoods. This was their. This
And
is how
you
they
can't even
made
tell what's
their
underneath all of
living.
these boats. There's so many boats, so many fishing boats here. You can't tell what's underneath them.
Everything they know, their favorite restaurants, the post office that they go to, where they go to pick up their dry cleaning. I mean, everything. Their entire
Yes.
the
And
life as they knew it,
what
gone.
they rely on to pay the bills, to feed themselves. Clearly, you can see here with these shrimp boats and this commercial fishing fleet. Um, it's not just their homes; it's their livelihoods. That is the hardest. If you have your livelihood, you can rebuild more easily. If you don't have your livelihood, it makes it that much harder.
It has to be so difficult for people that are that evacuated this area.
All right, we're going to head toward downtown Fort
Myers.
Myers. Rory, that should be at your 12 o'clock. 1 o'clock maybe.
And JB, while they do this, do you mind bringing up that map on Weather 3?
Yep, let's do it.